Here we go. So, quickly gonna go over it. This is pretty much just, it's the end of season. We're going to offer rare quests more often. That's why we saw the buddy quest. Hidden Treasure Vault and Teal Tiger have been made easier. That makes sense. Vault was okay, but definitely didn't pick it too often. Kidnap Sack, harder to earn. That makes sense. We just picked it anyway because we still like it. All right, this is the biggest change. TOXFIN is now on tier 6. So what does that mean? That means that you can't sit on tier 4 to make Ball of Minions module TOXFIN. It makes mid-range strategies a lot weaker. So that opens up the game to high rolling more, because now if you just triple into an Atissa or a Dark Gaze or into Bran and you make high health murlocs, you are not going to get poisoned nearly as often as before. So it means that for murloc lobbies, you're essentially playing a non-murloc lobby. That's how you think about it. Because there will be some poison at some point, but it'll be a high roller. So most of the time, you would have lost that anyway. That's not because they have poison most of the time. It's because they just had a good game. They were able to be on tier 6. There's some small exceptions, like somebody has a Kidnap Sack or somebody has a Snicker Snack. They go for a 6-drop, they hit TOXFIN, blah, 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 blah. But that's the exception. The rule is that there's no more real murloc lobbies when you're thinking about how you want to build your strategy. What that does mean is that murlocs on tier 6 are super strong right now. So if you can put yourself in a position where you are strong and you can level, there is a huge payoff. It's been a while since there was a huge payoff. Right now, probably the closest thing is Theodore, which is good, but that's one unit. So power leveling to 6, you could pick up an early Fellbat, you can do Theo, but there aren't these units where, you know, it used to be that Amalgadon was on tier 6, so power leveling to 6 was really good. That was strong. You were able to run away with the game, get a brand, and just pop off like crazy. And then there was a long time of tier 6 being like, I'll do it if I can, but I don't have to force it. Right now, pushing tier 6, because they added some minions back in, and one of those minions is Seafood Slinger. Seafood Slinger is the 5/5 that makes a golden murloc. You can target your own board, but you can also target the shop. If you target the shop, you get a triple on top of making a golden murloc. So, as I said before, you just go APM murloc from that point. You have Bran, you make a golden primal fin in the shop. That means that you're investing 4 gold total, because the Seafood Slinger and the primal fin can get sold back. So that's 4 gold invested, but what are you getting back? You are getting a triple, so that's already 1 gold less, and then you're getting 4 murlocs, right? So that's 5 gold less, so we're already making a gold at that point. Any of those murlocs can also be a tad, then you are making even more gold. So that's like a Hogger-esque situation where you are making money while you're getting stronger. So that's the opposite. Normally you spend money and it gets fewer, and then you get stronger. Here you might be making money while you're getting stronger. So tier 6 murloc right now is obscene. It's super strong. And your biggest weakness when you were playing big murlocs was other murlocs. But now those other murloc players don't have access to TOXFIN unless they themselves are also in a position where they're able to go to 6. So all in all, you could say that it's going to be a high roll meta. I said before, I don't love using that term because most people, well, maybe not most people, but there's definitely opinions every meta where people say, oh, it's just a high roll meta. So it loses a lot of its meaning. So I try not to say that myself, but here I think you can look at the way how the game is being played right now. If you remove comeback tools on tier 4 and you make that a tier 6, that means that if you don't have a good game, you can't get the 6. So that really rewards the high rollers. So the people that get the 6, they have the stuff, and the people that have a bad early game and can't get the 6, they don't have the stuff. So they usually end up dying. So that I think equates to a high roll meta. Nestwing Matron is just a nice card, but also promotes high rolling because you get that thing early, you get more money, you're snowballing. Meccano Egg I just love. This thing was removed because of Cookie Chemist, I'm pretty sure, because otherwise you could flip your own egg and kill it, and it just makes a headache. They probably didn't want to deal with that. I feel like stupid players going to probably target their own egg and kill it. Why did I have to do that? And yeah, Mithrax. So overall, very happy with the the additions. Even Seafood Slinger, I love playing with that card because I got a lot of experience with it. But it doesn't necessarily promote like a healthy meta. But I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I think what we're having right now is an end of season event, if you will, where they're saying, you know what, the ladder's going to reset in January. Have some fun. Have some craziness. Here is a high roll meta. Go crazy. Make some very large murlocs. Make some large stats. And, you know, we're going to give you the buddy quest more often. We're going to give you Pilfered Lamps more often. We're going to give you Yogg more often. You're going to give you Wisdom Ball more often. So I think that's the general vibe I'm getting from this patch is we removed the nasty poison card all the way to 6. You get way more high roll quests. Make some big minions and enjoy. But that turns it into, you know, a more unbalanced meta, of course. Now, murlocs are not useless. I just talked about it. I think tier 6 murloc is stronger than it's ever been. So a lot of the lobby winners are going to still be murlocs, but it's going to feel different than before. It's not going to be some player that rolled some TOXFIN's Golden Selfless Baron. It's going to be someone with several 200 health plus murlocs because they have a golden Murkai, a golden, you know, Primal Fin next to that Murkai, and a Bran or a golden Bran, and just pump, stats. So I think a lot of lobby winners will still be murlocs, but they'll just be giant murlocs instead of smaller poisons. So yeah, that's it. That's my take on it. What's overall, we're just gonna roll with it because there is no point in unless you're gonna choose to not play. There's no point in looking at it and saying like, oh, this is awful. I can't believe it. Blah blah blah. There's positives and negatives to almost any change. The positive here is that you get crazier games, pretty good content. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have some memorable games where you just pop off like crazy. The downside is there's gonna be more games where you just sit there like, oh, I guess I just died because my opponent has a board I can't beat. Cool. So yeah, ups and downs to everything. All right, guys. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching.